Okay, so in this video, I'm going to talk about the Dillon Danis KSI situation. Okay, from the start, I just want to make it obvious. One, I cut off my hair, yes, I think it looks better. Two, KSI is the icon of a controversial technique. For me, I didn't want to make any videos on KSI because he is not what we don't want to do. He gets famous, he starts drowning in he starts to be irrelevant, and then makes something controversial, picks a fight, does something very confusing, and then becomes again famous. So his way of YouTube isn't the way I think we want to create content about. We want to be consistent, not a person who just blows up, comes back again, blows up, comes back again. He uses hatred to become more famous, like the thick of it. Like the thick of it, I think it was intentional. No one makes this bad of music without knowing how the repercussions are going to be. He's just making bad content or bad music, this one song, and then uploaded a good song after it, and it didn't last a long time. It's just good song, and then it's gone. The thing of it, until now, there are people making videos or TikToks with it. So if it was his plan, congrats, he succeeded. But the way of getting hate to be famous, I don't think that's what YouTube is about. Okay, here's one. It's entertainment, but it's the people who are watching are not watching because they like the creator. They are watching because they want the creator fall. Like a lot of the audience for KSI because of what he does. So he slapped Dillon Danis in the press conference from the start. The Dillon Danis fight, KSI knows that his community doesn't want to see. No one cares, no one wants to see. KSI beat Logan Paul, so why would we want to see Dillon Danis versus KSI? Dillon Danis got wiped around the floor, Logan Paul picked him up and then started wiping him with the floor easily without any kind of hesitation, any kind of resistance from Dillon Danis. It seemed like he didn't box for 1 second. He was just guarding and then bombarded with punches and then started tackling him in front of the ref. Okay, so he is a very bad boxer. Like he said, he wanted it for the money. And then slapping him in the press conference because of something happened in the fight they canceled is just why? You want to go controversial route and just slap him. Okay, good luck. Why didn't you slap someone that we want you to fight, like Jake Paul? Like Jake Paul is picking bad opponents to fight, just so he wins. Not like what happened when he picked up a real fight with a real boxer. I don't remember his name. What's his name? Something Fury. So he picked up a pro boxer and lost. KSI fought the same pro boxer and lost. So they both lost to the same boxer, and then they decided let's pick some nobodies to fight. Like, I don't remember Face Temper. Did you really think Face Temper was gonna be a challenge? He lost instantly. He is a good boxer, but not against KSI. Pick someone how can I say it? Your power level, let's say. Like, it's very obvious. So the Dillon Danis fight is a fight that we don't want, and he actually, KSI, responded to that and said, I want to fight. Okay, it's not about what you want, no one cares. Like, in the end, his whole community doesn't like the fight, okay? And the fight is very irrelevant now, like I forgot about it whenever it was announced, and now it just surfaced because of the slap. The idea of a fight being really irrelevant and then a slap brings it back to life, and then it goes down and goes back to dying is confusing, but it works. It actually sadly works. People are now seeing what's going on because of the slap. But because Dillon Danis said to Dillon Danis, do not talk about anything, so everything is confidential. he can talk about anything, he will get sued instantly. So the whole idea of trash talking or going back and forth, the entertaining part about the fight, which was entertaining whenever Logan Paul versus Dillon Danis, let's move aside the idea of him talking about his fiancée. It was a horrible idea morally, but it was entertaining. The whole idea of the boxing fight is entertainment. Logan Paul didn't make it entertaining as the other guy, Dillon Danis. Dillon Danis, he was famous. He used to be something in the Habib and Conor McGregor era whenever they were fighting. But now he is between YouTubers and he is getting beaten instantly with them. Like, do you think, let's think about it, do you think Dillon Danis is going to win against KSI in a million years? Even after training thousands of years? Never. It's just a money fight for Dillon Danis and I don't know, a nothing fight for KSI. I don't know why he picked it. Just like I don't remember what's his name. They are both picking irrelevant opponents. Why don't they fight each other? I don't know. And KSI is telling him not to talk. So the entertaining part about boxing, you don't want him to talk. You will sue him, you and Logan Paul. What's the idea of the fight? Where's entertainment? KSI isn't promoting it, he isn't promoting it. The fight, whenever the fight happens, no one's gonna be in the stadium, I think. No one cares, no one had it promoted, people forgot about it instantly. And now he's just slapping around, punching, doing anything, just to make it at least surface a little. Maybe people will watch it. So I think it's KSI's way of going down in irrelevancy, because the only thing that can make him popular again, or for a little bit again to sustain a little, is against Jake Paul. He already made the money he wanted. He made everything he wanted. He succeeded in everything. He made companies, he made everything. So him being irrelevant isn't an issue for him, but I don't know why he's making these moves. Dillon Danis isn't something like his entertainment on Twitter, okay, is the thing that you would pick him for a fight for, but not his fighting, of course. The lead up is the entertaining part, but you canceling the lead up and telling him, my lords are going to be present if you talk about anything, is the stupidest way of trying to make an entertaining situation out of a very, what can I say, lackluster situation. Without anyone caring, no one really wants to fight, wants to see the Dillon Danis fight. From the start, he said that, okay, I talked to many fighters, opponents, and none of them wanted to fight. Except for Dillon Danis, he refused, and then I gave him more and more money, and then he accepted. Why don't you wait until a good fight happens? Why just fight? Like, Dillon Danis fight isn't something that's going to be a good point on your record. No one cares. Like, he fought against Dillon Danis and won. Logan Paul fought against Danis and won instantly, without a hitch on his face, without even a scar on his face. It was the easiest fight he ever had. Like, the easiest win. So we thought he was a challenge, and then it became apparent that he is not a challenge anymore. He is a challenge in MMA, but he is nothing in boxing. So the whole idea of slapping and then making him more famous, it is an analysis video, sadly, but what we could analyze is what not to do. The controversial route is very, what can I say it, morally damaging and very brain damaging and confidence damaging. If you pick the controversial route, get ready for a lot of backlash. His way of making content or making entertainment isn't the way that I think you want to go as a YouTuber or want to go about, even if it brings with it a lot of fame. Why don't you be like KSI? I'm going to make a video about KSI. He makes people make fun of him. But in the end, he is known as a good YouTuber. Let's say a YouTuber that doesn't make anyone make fun of him and is a very good YouTuber that I'm going to make videos about because I watch a lot of his videos, Jeff Nippert. No one can make fun of him. And whenever someone attacked him, instantly everyone was around him. Okay? So why don't you make this community not a controversial community that comes and goes and wants you to fail? Okay? That's what we could analyze from KSI. Don't be like him. Okay? So